Hey, how's everybody doing? So, the other day, I don't know what I was thinking, but I went and bought a canoe. No, it wasn't a new canoe by any stretch. She's an oldie, and I don't know what got the bug up my backside to do that. Anyways, I don't have a lot of canoe experience. A little bit here and there. Probably in my teenage years, we did a canoe trip up in Canada, some part north of Wawa, I think out of a little town called Missinaba. We had, remember doing some portages and whatnot. That was a long, long time ago. We're talking, holy cow, darn near 40 years ago, 37 years ago maybe. So long, long time ago. And I've been out fishing with a buddy of mine who's got a canoe. It's probably been 10 years since I've done that. So anyways, um, I, I don't know. Here's what I did though. Check this out, guys. All right, guys. So here's what I got. It's a 13-foot canoe. This thing was made in Oscoda, Michigan, by the Sawyer Canoe Company. Now that company is no longer in business, but that was one of the reasons I decided to buy this boat is because it was a Michigan-made boat, and I also wanted to buy something that would be a bit of a project so I could go ahead and restore it and whatever. And the best I can figure out, this is somewhere between 1976 and 1980. Because in 1980, the Sawyer Boat Company made, this is called the Yankee Rebel. That's what they call this boat. And it came in a 13-footer in 1976. And I'm assuming all the way to 1980 because then in 1980, the Sawyer Boat Company made a 16-foot Yankee Rebel boat. So that's a little bit of the history there. And part of the reason I bought it was, two reasons I bought it. One, I wanted to have a little bit of a project. Two, it was cheap. And then actually, let's give a third reason. It was a Michigan-made company. So, but it does need a little bit of work. Oh, and the other thing I was going to say, you can see it's got this weird wooden thing back here. That is for the guy who owned this had made a motor mount for this so he could put a 3 horsepower motor on it. And he does have an MC number so you can get a sticker and have this thing registered to run a motor. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to keep that. We'll have to see. To be determined. It doesn't have the original seats. The guy had made these wooden seats. So, they did a nice job. I'm sure we can get something to put on top of them for some comfort. It originally came with some type of, they look like a tractor style bucket seat, an old tractor style bucket seat. Anyway, so that's what that is. And it on the cones here, you can see a little damage. So I'm gonna fix that up and get that all repainted. Way down there. In here there's a crack, so I'm going to refiberglass that and get that cleaned up. I'm also paint the inside of the boat, which I think I'm going to do a completely different color than yellow for the inside. I'm actually thinking about doing white. So, and then doing the outside yellow. Then on this nose cone up here, it's all sorts of damage. So we'll completely refurbish that and get that in 100% shape again too, so that looks brand new. Then down here you can see, used to say the Yankee Rebel, so I'm not going to get an entire sticker. You can't get these stickers anymore, but I'm going to get the lettering made and I'm going to get measurements so I have the exact same size. So I'm going to put that back on the boat after it's repainted. I don't know if I'm going to keep the MC number or not. So I only have to keep the MC number if I'm going to run a motor. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But that is what I believe is a 1976 the Sawyer Boat Company out of Oscoda, Michigan, 13-foot the Yankee Rebel canoe. This is the bottom of the boat. It's not in too bad a shape. Like, I'm not seeing any major gouges, any cracks, anything like that. So I don't think it's going to take, you know, the pictures I seen of it, I thought it was actually gouged up a bunch. So I thought I was going to have to do a lot of fiberglassing actually to fix it up. I mean, there's a few scratches. I'll probably fill that up with, well, I'm going to have to do some research because this is not my, not my deal at all. I don't know much about canoes, but I'm going to completely restore this thing and get it looking brand new again. That's my goal. Like I say, I don't know if I'll get it done this fall or if it'll be next spring, because once winter comes up here, it'll be too cold to do it then, and I don't have a way to get it inside. It's not going to fit to get it in the basement, so that won't work. So we'll just have to see how this goes. So yeah, there we have it. We got a 13-foot canoe with MC numbers. Am I going to keep that? Am I going to keep that motor mount and can refurbish that, make it look nicer as well? Or do I eliminate it, eliminate the MC and just use it as a canoe? I do have really bad shoulders, so I don't know. That's another reason I'm not quite sure how this canoeing thing is going to work. But it was a it was a good buy, and then when I did some research and seen it was a company out of Michigan that made it, and that company's no longer out of business, I just couldn't help myself. I'm like, I'm getting a canoe. I got no paddles. I don't know nothing about what kind of paddles I'm going to need. Like, this is a completely new venture for me. So, yeah, I'm going to have some learning going on here. But it's going to be fun restoring that old boat and getting it to look brand new again. That's the goal. So anyways, all right, guys, we'll talk to you later.